So this is news@androids.com, and we're taking a first look at our Google phone, G1 T-Mobile from T-Mobile. And while we're doing that, of course, we'd like to do a little comparison with the other browser feature phone out there, which is quite famous, which is the iPhone 3G. I know a lot of different sites have already done their unbox-its and first looks, but we haven't done it actually officially for you guys here yet on the site ourselves, so we thought we'd take this opportunity. Of course, you can see right away if you look at the device that it's a fairly sturdy build quality. I would have to say with the moving part and the slide-up keyboard that you're obviously going to have a little bit of a different build quality than the iPhone, which is a solid one-piece construction. The G1 feels good and strong, though, I have to say, and but again, I guess I would always be a little bit worried if with some kind of a moving part, like the keyboard that you can see here. Now, one of the other things that's nice about the G1 though is I have to say is it's a little bit slimmer than the iPhone. Although there is feels a little bit heftier in your pocket, it actually is fit quite comfortable because it's slimmer. The iPhone is good, but sometimes like if you're wearing loose shorts or something, it's so flat it feels like it might slide out. So that might be one advantage I would say for the G phone. But then of course people who love their iPhones would say that they like the thinness and the flatness. If we look at this from the side view here, I think you can get a little bit of a sense that the G1 is quite a bit thicker than the iPhone. Now, as well as other hardware things to consider, the screen size is of course a little bit bigger on the iPhone. So when you power up the screen there and you can see my beautiful dog, you can see that it does seem a little bit, it is all screen and it does seem a little bit more colorful and stylish of a device. I mean, I guess it's just a matter of taste for sure, but I would have to say that in the elegance department, probably the iPhone has certainly beaten out the T-Mobile G1. That's not to say anything about the software or performance yet. Now, G1 comes in both white and black, and I would have to say that the screen is very bright and clear, and it does feel very responsive to the touch as well, which is of course some of the key things right off of the bat that you'd have to consider when you're looking at buying one of these products. The color scheme is sort of I don't know what they call that, champagne silver on the back. There's the nice web camera. You get your lovely it's not picking it up so well here in the video, with Google branding on the back. Your iPhone, of course, has got your dreaded or much beloved Apple symbol. Both are so shiny you can actually see the red light in my camera that I'm shooting on here sort of reflecting in the back of the iPhone. Both of them also pick up a lot of fingerprints when you're handling them. So I think that there's certainly not any advantage to either phone that way. I think they're equally easy to catch up the fingers, although the iPhone's back of the product and whatnot, where it's not so important, but still does seem to pick them up. So you're definitely going to need some kind of screen protector or cover for the devices, depending on whether or not you care whether people see your fingerprints or smudges all over them. The iPhone's speaker and microphone both are also invisible to the eye, whereas it seems on the back here you can see the speaker for the actual G1 phone right next to the web camera. The web camera itself is a little more discreet on the iPhone, but here on the Google phone you can see it's not so bad. It's well inset into the product. I've still got the cover on top of mine here. I haven't taken it off yet. Maybe that's why some of my pictures aren't quite turning out as clearly as I would like to. In this particular first look, I just wanted to kind of focus on the hardware side. Of course, the iPhone itself doesn't have a full keyboard in hardware the way the T-Mobile G1 does. And I have to say, even though I'm a long-time iPhone user, that I do feel like the G1's a form factor for the keyboard is very usable. While it's not as pretty a device, I think that this keyboard is something that you can get used to very easily, and probably I expect I'll be typing faster on the G1 soon than I am now actually on the iPhone, which I've been using for a little bit longer period of time. Other cool things of note about the devices, there is a slight bend in the actual product. It's not completely flat. As one of the design features, it kind of gives it a little bit more character to the device, but overall, again, I would have to say in the looks department the iPhone is superior, but G phone's very utilitarian, very good looking device in its own right as well. We'll come back with more videos for you about the performance of the products coming soon from newsandroids.com.